And I believe we are live. FSBRacing.com. I apologize. Joining race in progress. Technical difficulties with the recording link. Unfortunately, the Twitch website at the moment appears to be down. And I was not able to establish a connection with Twitch. I have a YouTube recording, I believe, going on as we speak at YouTube Live. So I hope I'll be able to salvage this race somehow, because it's a huge field tonight, folks. And I just hope this recording is being saved and done proper. But hope I'm not just talking to myself right now. But anyways, we got Talladega Winston Cup series here, folks. Dean Gautreau was on the pole. Dean is a great qualifier here at the super speedways. I'm trying to catch up to speed here of what really has been going on. And if we look at the running order right now, we see the 06 of Bill Farmer is leading the race. As we move up to the front of the field here, we'll start from the front, work our way to the back. Huge field, as I said tonight. It'd probably take a whole lap to go through this field, folks. It's a great field. As let me get to the front here. Okay, so here we go. Lap 7 of 76. Welcome. Probably won't have any viewers tonight, but I'll be able to post a link, and hopefully it'll be able to be viewed that way. But right now we got the...
copy.
Yes, I do. Jim, you there?
You got a copy?
Yes, I do. Technical difficulties apparently with the Twitch link. I tried to go on Twitch, it wouldn't start. It kind of locked up my system there, and when I tried to just access Twitch on its own, it said down. Something's wrong. So I had to switch over to YouTube Live.
Working?
It appears to be streaming live on YouTube Live. I don't know off the top of my head how you get there. It is a YouTube. I don't know if you can access it through my page if you search for where
I'll hunt around for it.
Yeah, hunt around for it. But it does show it's properly recording at the moment, so I'm going to run with it.
Boy, good luck.
That was Jim Ray, our fearless leader. Probably noticed that the Twitch screen was dark, and appears there were some technical difficulties with the Twitch website, and recording software that we use here was not able to link up with it, so backed up to YouTube as my backup plan, and hopefully this will work out. But right now we got the 06 of Bill Farmer in the lead on that inside line, but there's a big outside line as well. We got a 30-plus car field here tonight, folks. Looking through here, everyone's still in the race. 31 cars, all on the lead lap, all within 3 seconds of each other. So everyone doing a great job so far, staying out of trouble. No incidents to my knowledge. I was having some issues, so I can't vouch for that, but I believe we've been green. And you can see the outside line there. This is the Talladega NRT 500 track from 2 seasons ago. This season, the NRT boys ran Michigan in the NRT 400. This was the previous NRT race. NRT providing partnership with us there on that bottom ticker that you see on the screen. NRT FSB partnership there, bringing you that leaderboard that's going to scroll there at the bottom. So look around for your favorite driver. But yeah, so the season before they had the NRT 500 here at Talladega, and this track was created just for that race. It's a nice track. Both lines do work when you get the right amount of people and the skill to handle those double lanes there. So we continue on there, and we see the 44 Mark Favorite, who's really had a strong season, especially the second half of the season. He's really come on strong, and nice to see. He's running well, and he's really picking up the pace on these super speedways. Very competitive. Always seems to be in the top pack, hunting for a win. So I think this is a race. I believe he feels he has an opportunity to win, and of course he does. As the outside line there we see is led by the 18 of Robert Bokum, the 060 Dean Gautreau, the pole sitter, right behind Robert. Inside of Robert, 54 Bill Yarbrough, and Derby Don right behind Bill, pushing him. Inside line slightly better. Outside line still looks a little unorganized, and not as many cars as the inside line. And the inside line looked nice and lined up there as we saw that shot. So that's the key here. If you stay in line nice and clean and play your part in the draft, your line will go faster. If you get out of line or can't hold your line the way you need to, your line will suffer. So as we see more cars maybe jump to the outside, we'll see. But Robert Bokum driving the wheels off his car on the outside, keeping up. He's about let's say third to fourth place at any given point on the track. So they're holding their own on the outside there. And Dean, right behind Dean there. It looks like the 26 of Bill Martino. Good to see Bill back on the track. Haven't seen him out there in a while, so that's good to see. 52 of Rick Johnson on the inside behind Derby Don, pushing him. Teammates there. Shout out, speaking of teammates, Derby Don, Rick Johnson, FSB, Team FSB teammates, along with the 98 Sam Young. Who's also in the field, and shout out there to another one of their teammates, Milt Mintner, my partner in crime here in the broadcast booth usually. Unfortunately, Milty is working in Tehachapi, so shout out to Milty. Probably not watching right now, probably wondering what the heck's going on with the Twitch. I'm surprised I haven't got any kind of text message from her or anything, but sorry, Milty. I wish you could be watching this right now. But back to the race here. 06 of Bill Farmer continues to lead. Mark Favorite second. Bill, little wobble there from Robert Bokum on the outside. So sucking up on that side draft there, and almost got into the side of Bill Yarbrough. Disaster averted though. Robert, very uncharacteristic of Robert to ever have a wobble like that. So that's that side draft, and this huge amount of cars are around you right now. It's really a factor. As you see, Robert is still a little uncomfortable up there as we hit about lap 15, about 18-19 on fuel. So we're very close to first round of pit stops as well. Let's scroll back a little further in the field here as we get ready for green flag stops. The 47 of Josh Elliker right up there, right behind Rick Johnson. There we mentioned the 26 there, Bill Martino, right behind the 060 of Dean Gautreau on that high line. Guys are valiantly working. Right behind Josh on the inside is the 23 of Jim Scharf in that pink Freightliner. 191 Mike Sanders hooking up now on the outside with Bill Martino, Dean, and Robert. Looking pretty good there. Jim looking a little indecisive there. I thought maybe outside, then thought better of it, ducked back down to the inside line, and he continues on. But that leaves Dan Francisconi in the 16 on the outside to gain some momentum with the indecision there, and the benefit of the draft right behind Mike Sanders there. And also Den has someone behind him as well, and that's the Hooters car, the 8 of Dino Francisconi. So brothers Francisconi finding each other in this huge pack of cars, and I guess that's what family members do. They find each other, hook up, and know their tendencies, and I think they'll stick together as long as they possibly can. Further back on this inside line, a 151 of Guy Petra, 51 of Dave Jandry, uncharacteristic qualifying effort by Dave. Usually he's pole or outside pole or maybe third, but Dave qualified back, I believe, in 10th, 11th, 12th section. So Dave was trying to work his way up there, and you can see he's still got some work to do. And now we see the 98 of Sam Young making a unsolicited move to the outside with no help. A real power move by Sam there as he went right around him. Nice move by Sam as he valiantly tries to catch this lead pack of cars. And I think he'll be able to do it. The 68 of Chet Barkin trying to help out. But wow, Sam really zoomed by him there. 83 of Steve Weber, 72 of Mike Pruitt trying also to hook up, and it looks like they might be successful as well. But this pack of three might need to keep the hammer down and getting ready for green flag stops here. The 9 of Ken Hansen, 53 T.G. Reese, and there we see Dog Palmer. Actually, some pit stops are taking place. 051 coming out of the pits. 108 coming out. And now we see some guys coming in as well. So pit stops have begun in earnest. I'll try to come down the field here so you can see Derby Don in, Bill Yarbrough in, 06 your leader Bill Farmer in, 52 Rick Johnson in. So a bunch of guys in. I do not see the 060 Dean Gautreau in yet. You see his pit box right ahead of Rick's as Rick gets left side tires going on there. Looks like left sides only for Rick Johnson, unless I missed the right sides going on. But there we see the pack comes out. Bill Yarbrough leads it. 49 of Derby Don next, 52 of Rick Johnson, 06 Bill Farmer, lost a few positions there. As we see some of the other guys come roaring around, and that would be the Team Bochum, along Team Bochum plus Dog coming up. And there we see Sam blending back into the racing line, trying to keep up with this lead chunk of the 5 to 6 and the 303 of Ken Ron also there. Looking up at the leaderboard right now, we see the 47 of Josh Elliker is showing as the current leader. We'll see how this updates as these guys cycle around. So many cars running on the track here, 31 cars. So we'll see how these green flag stops scramble the field. And we see that the 47 is still showing as the leader. 51 of Dave Jandry second. And then the 18 of Robert Bochum is showing there in third, but 39 seconds down. So it looks like I have to think that the 47 and 51 are on pit lane. And there we see Robert Bochum, who I think will be, well, who was going to be the heir apparent, but the draft has caught him as he was hung out by himself and has blown by him along with his teammates, but really nothing you can do there. He's just going to have to find a place to blend in and hope for the best. Usually that means toward the back of a pack, but with the two wide racing there, he's able to now hang on to that inside line, so Robert Bochum fine. But another scramble of the leaderboard as we see him crossing the start-finish line here. The 51 of Dave Jandry now shown as the leader by 5 seconds over to 54 Bill Yarbrough. So there we can just got a glimpse there of Dave as he's getting back up to speed from his pit stop, and see if he can hook onto this lead pack. I think he will be able to. As we see this is our lead pack now of cars. 26 of Bill Martino, and now the 51 of Dave Jandry valiantly trying to hang on. I believe he should be up to speed by now, and he's close enough that it should be okay for Dave. So great job by Dave in the exchange of pit stops, staying in the lead group. Not easy to do on your own, and it appears that Dave has done that. So now we will see that separation as we come across the line again. We can see the next pack here is led by the 98 of Sam Young, or battling the 98 of Sam Young, now getting around the 23 of Jim Sharp, 060 Dean Gautreau also in this pack, as is a bunch of people. Dean's teammate right behind him, the 191 of Mike Sanders, and TG right behind Mike. So these guys need to hook up, stay in line proper like they are right here, and hope these guys stay too wide as we see this lead pack here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 car pack has separated itself. So I will go down the running order here. There we see the 12:51 of Dave Jandry, and then we saw Sam Young just earlier, 6-second lead. So 6 seconds, 12 car pack, and then we see another 9, 10 cars. So we have a 12 car and a 10 car pack that have developed, and then we gotten some stragglers here. 47 of Josh Elliker, 1 lap down. But then we see some gaps there, 4-second gap between till we get back to Greg Combs and Bubba in the 48 and 24. And as we keep going further down, we can see the 16 of Mark Descent, 16, 72, 63. All these guys are in danger of now succumbing to this lead pack, as we're seeing some not too fast. You can see in practice they were down in the 47s, I believe, or 48 sevens. So you can see the race, 184 miles an hour, all green so far, no cautions. One pit stop, of course, slows that racing pace down. As we see this lead pack here negotiating some lap traffic. Yeah, once you get by yourself here with this amount of cars in a draft, you are literally a sitting duck. And clean pit stops also separate this field even further, as we can see now. As I said, pack of 12, 6 seconds back, pack of 10. Pack of 12 should have an advantage over a pack of 10, but as we can see, this pack of 12 is not nose to tail. They're too wide. Sean Johnson, teammate Mark DeSenza, teammate Robert Bochum, teammate Ken Ron. So the Bochum Motorsports make up the outside line, plus Bill Farmer. Inside line led by Derby Don, Bill Yarbrough, Rick Johnson, Mark Fravert, Doug Palmer, 26 of Bill Martino, and 51 of Dave Jandry. These guys are doing a wonderful job so far. Lap 26, 50 laps remaining. So great job so far. Let's go back to this second pack. 98 of Sam Young leading it. These guys really need to stay in line, in my opinion. They really need to work together. And the more they don't, the further they're going to fall behind that lead pack. But here we see 060 Dean Gautreau has plenty of help with teammate Mike Sanders, TG Reese right behind Mike Sanders, and Steve Weber pushing TG. And then we got Papa there in the 051. Also down in that low line, and all we got is Sam. Now blends back in, and these guys really need to stay in line, and I think they may make some headway. Otherwise, I think they're just going to stay around that 6-second mark, and we can see Dean is 6.0 seconds behind the leader, so not behind the entire pack, but behind the lead car. We can see that 1 through 12 is only separated by a half a second. But this lead pack, this pack of 10 has bit into the lead slightly. 5.92 seconds is now the lead. So if they stay in line and work together, it appears that they have a little success here. The back of that pack really needs to stay nice and tight and not try to do anything crazy and make it too wide, or that's really going to hurt the whole line speed. And Dean is now leading that line, and we'll see if Chet gets back in line here behind the 8 of Dino Francesconi. As long as I believe these guys stay in line, let's take another look at the pack. It's back up to 6 as they sorted themselves out. So they've lost a little time that lap. Looking back at this lead group, you can still see they're too wide. So these guys aren't shy. They're not working together. We have Team Bochum on the outside, plus Bill Farmer. And then we have the 51 of Dave Jandry anchoring the inside line, and Derby Don pulling that line. So and so far it's almost appeared static with Derby, Bill, and Rick. They're basically out in front, and then the 2 wide racing starts at about 4th to the inside. Sometimes they get up to Bill, as you can see, they're right on the edge of the end of the long straightaways. But then you see the inside line kind of do its thing on the inside lane there around the turn, and you can see now Rick is about a car length ahead of Sean, but now we'll see the outside line slowly gather him back in. So kind of back and forth here between the inside-outside lines. Derby Don continues to lead, though. He's led a bunch of laps, and you can see that overall speed creeping up. And doing math here for pit stops, lap 17, 18, 18 times 2 is 36. So we're at lap 30, so we should start seeing the guys talking to each other, talking to their teammates, talking about pit stops. Guys in this lead pack, if they do not stop as a full pack, they're going to hurt their chances. They may break away, but if the larger the pack, the better the chances of you being successful. If I continue to go up here, we can see this group of 4 here now desperately trying to stay on the lead lap. Ken Hansen, Guy Petra, 74 of Tom Scheer, and I believe that's the 47 of Josh Elliker. Let's look at the running order here. Josh Elliker is showing a lap down, though. So lead lap car-wise is the 9, the 151, and the 74. So those guys are really going to have to work their way and hope they can hold out for about 4 more laps, so the leaders will start pitting and maybe a gamble with a no tire stop and fuel only, and just take the slightly worn tires. Tire wear really not an issue here at Talladega, so worthy of a gamble in my opinion if I was one of these 3. So we go back to the leaders. We see Derby Don now firmly in the lead as the outside line has broken away. And those guys were now forced to blend into the outside, from the outside now to the inside, with Sean Johnson now trying to catch the back of the 06 of Bill Farmer. So Bill made a nice move there. He was in the back of that outside line, and he ducked down behind Dave Jandry, got the benefit of the better draft, and got by Robert Bochum, Sean Johnson, and all those guys. So a nice move.
Greg, we got a report from Pit Road. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy there, Jim. What's going on?
Joe Cutter, some serious internet issues getting worked out. He may come in. He may come join you in the booth here shortly. But you are playing on YouTube Live just fine. I put a link on the homepage and in the forum. I know Doug's on there, and I sent Milt a message for you, and you're good to go.
I appreciate that. That's our fearless leader, Jim, taking care of business behind the scenes. Thankless job as usual for the leaders. Appreciate that, Jim, and we will continue on then and venture forward in this race as we get about 3 to 5 laps, not even 5, I'd say 3 to 4 laps away from second set of green flag stops. This is 30. I mean, amazing. I mean, really a testament to the great drivers. We can see now that group of 3 now has been caught by this lead pack. But as I was just seeing that, I was saying that just a great job. 31 cars take the green. 31 cars still running competitively, and not one caution. An awesome job, guys. As we see now, oh, there's a little love tap there on Tom. By the 44 Mark Favorite. So lap down cars now playing a little role as the leaders get a little antsy. Now we see also guys diving in. That was the 151 of Guy Petra that dove in. He was one of those cars in danger going a lap down. So good move by Guy, but I don't know if he has any friends down pit lane. So maybe a risky move by Guy, or maybe he felt the heat and wanted to get out of the kitchen. This is that second pack of lead lap cars led by the 060. Now Dean Gautreau, teammate, the 191 of Mike Sanders right behind him. TG, and those three have been glued together. Now Sam Young joining, Steve Weber joining, and these guys have done well, I believe. Trying to, especially now with those lead cars blending in, we can see they've lost about 0.6 of a second over this course of this run. And they were about 6 seconds, now they're 6.6, so not too bad. With 2 cars less, we can see that whole group of cars now in pit lane. I believe that's that lead group of cars. Let's check on this. No, we can see it was just a chunk of them. There's Robert Bokum, 06 Bill Farmer. I think Robert's doing the strategy that he discussed with us at the Pro Cup event at Talladega, splitting his team off to avoid a complete team catastrophe. Robert Bokum looks like he is electing to pit with the group, and his boys went down pit lane. That would be Sean Johnson, Mark DeSenza, and Ken Ron went down pit lane. Now I believe this group of cars will be coming down pit lane, if not this lap, next lap. And we can see they're going one more lap. I think this is max laps here. Surprising, but they're trying to stretch out that fuel mileage because the numbers don't add up. 18 does not come out. It comes out to 72 laps, which is 4 laps short. So you got to try to pick up 1 lap every green flag stop, and then you can make the 76. But you got to be good. And there we see Sean Johnson on the outside. And you can see teammate Robert Bokum selflessly throws himself to the outside of this lead pack of cars, trying to help out his teammate. And there's the 303 of Ken Ron. Not seeing the 6 of Mark DeSenza. And there we can see another chunk of cars coming in. Let's see who's in. Locking up. Careful of black flags, boys. There we do see a Bokum Motorsports, the 6 of Mark DeSenza is just sitting in pit lane there. Now he's off and away. Don't know if Mark got penalized or anything, but he was back in. I thought he pitted with his boys, but maybe he did. Maybe he pitted separately. So I'll check that out in a bit. Scrolling down pit lane here. 52 Rick Johnson in. 06 Bill Farmer in. 52 Rick Johnson out. Bill Farmer out. Derby Don out. Mark Favorite and Bill Farmer out. These are all lead pack cars. So we see Sam Young, Jim Scharf coming out. Here we see a pack. Josh Elliker, who was a lap down, but the rest of these guys, Ken Hansen, I believe, is now a lap down. Leader Dave Jandry, so Ken Hansen right behind him, lap down. Josh Elliker trying to avoid, I believe, looking at the numbers here, trying to go from 2 laps down. Guy Petra, Tom Scheer, and have on 2 laps down. We're on lap 39 of 76, so some of these guys seem to have really gotten some fuel mileage. And, of course, I'm referring to the 51 of Dave Jandry, just awesome. Lap 39. How does he do it? Man, that's some wonderful fuel mileage work by Dave Jandry as he comes into the pits. He does have some friends with him. Right now, it doesn't matter if they're lapped up, lapped down cars. It don't really matter. You just need friends to draft with. 72 of Mike Pruitt, 83 of Steve Weber, 51. We see our leader Dave Jandry. But there's that 39 seconds back to Robert Bochum, who we will not see as the caution is out. Caution is out. Our first caution of the night. We see some smoke there, and we can see the 63 of Monty Lindbergh has been turned around. You can see some big damage there on the back of the car. Let's review that and take a look and see what happened there. As you can see, he was in the pack. Looking okay. There we see Monty. He's Possum Hollow Racing rookie series racer, and you can see some comers and goers there, a little door-to-door banging, and some major contact between the 26 of Bill Martino, 44 of Mark Favorite, and the 63 of Monty Lynn. Really not wow, I'm going to have to take another look at that. That was we can see that Mark was in line there with Derby Don, but appears he got a really good run, but all of a sudden, as he saw that contact, he dove down, but then he looked like either he forgot that Bill was there or he got loose, but he came right up into Bill, who got up into Monty, and that's what ensued. Three cars involved in that, it appears. I don't know if Guy Petro was involved in that. Let me... Yeah, and then we can see this group was a group of cars behind where the wreck occurred, and we'll see the smoke. And we'll see what happens here to Guy Petra as the car stopped right in the middle of the track. Nothing Guy could do. He did his best. Looked like he did get some front-end damage there, so I don't know if Guy will have some issues there, but we might be seeing our first retirements of the race as well. As we go back live, we can see that the 151 of Guy Petra is unfortunately retired, and will be our first retiree of the race. It's too bad, Guy. Sorry to see that happen to you. 54 Bill Yarbrough now showing as the leader, lap 41 to 76 here. So let's... So our first caution, guys, most of the field completed green flag stops. So I think everyone cycled around, and looking at the running order, game running order, in your top right there of your screen, you can see that Bill Yarbrough, the leader, 52 of Rick Johnson, showing second. Ken Hansen, who you see right there, right behind the pace car, he is showing tail end of the lead lap. So Ken battling his way back onto the lead lap. Remember, this is old school racing, folks. It is a Winston Cup series, but FSB Racing says that you want to get a lap back, you got to race the leader and earn your lap back. Sometimes there's a lot of sportsmanship involved there, where if a lap down car is very in close contact with the leader, and a caution comes out and the leader is safely able to allow that car to get by, that will happen many times here in FSB, because we know how hard it is to get the lap back. You don't want to wreck. You don't want to have a lap down car and the leader wrecking at the start finish line with him, fighting his way to try to get that lap back there. So that's usually why it's adopted that way. But Ken Hansen doing a great job. He will, if he stays out, which I believe he will, because if he does, he'll be a lap down. He will lead off this pack, and with FSB rules, another rule with FSB racing, folks, is no passing to the backstretch. So Ken will take the green, and he'll also lead the field down 1 and 2, and the guys will have to follow him. And then once we get onto the backstretch, the racing can begin. We'll see if a guy like Bill Yarbrough elects to try to make a move to the outside early, or if they'll get in line and log some laps. We still have 34 laps remaining. Least a guy like Dave Jandry, who is really the last car on the lead lap, besides Ken, he's been getting some incredible fuel mileage, and he may be able to make it on one stop. Some guys may not be able to. I thought it would be about 18, 19 laps. Dave Jandry appeared to get like 18 and then 19, or 18 and 20 even. So if you can, obviously doing the math here with 34 remaining, you cut it in 2, that's 17 laps. So one stop minimum for everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what I was trying to point out for Dave Jandry, is he was getting excellent fuel mileage. His caution kind of throws out his fuel mileage out the window, as everyone, good or bad fuel mileage guys, will be able to make it on one stop. So there should be some clutching going on in the field as well. We can see the lights are now off on the pace car, so we'll be going shortly back to green flag racing. So we have 25 cars on the lead lap, 24 cars in the proper order. The 9 of Ken Hansen is on the tail end of the lead lap, right in front of race leader 54 Bill Yarbrough. There we see some lap down cars now joining up the inside line. Again, old school racing, NASCAR rules. The old rules said that the leaders are lead lap cars line up on the outside, lap down cars on the inside. Of course, now we know with current NASCAR rules, it's double file restarts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lap down cars in the back. So a lot different rules than the old NASCARs. This is old NASCAR. So lap down cars start up with the leaders, and this will be interesting. These guys will love to get a lap back. The 12, the 47, the 51. All these guys are just one lap down. So if they can get ahead and get a good run on the inside, and then a quick caution comes out, they'll grab those laps back, and they'll be still in contention to actually win the race here at Talladega, which is, you can go back to front. Guys have done it many times, and wouldn't be surprised if it's done again. So Ken Hansen will lead the inside line, desperately trying to stay on the lead lap, and hopefully hoping that his inside partners that are just one lap down will have that same incentive and want to get that past the 54 Bill Yarbrough, who's our race leader. Ken really got a fast restart. He really can see that he's managed to stay out in front of Bill Yarbrough as they get into 1 and coming out of 2 now. Now the racing can start on the backstretch. Guys can start swapping positions. Little dicey there at the front there with Ken getting a fast restart. I hope he didn't get a black flag or anything, but He continues to stay out in front of race leader 54 Bill Yarbrough, 52 Rick Johnson on the outside with Derby Don. The teammates trying to make something work on the outside really quick here. Let's see what happens as Rick is almost squeezed Derby on the inside there, but everything worked its way through nicely. Ken continues to stay on the tail end of the lead lap there. So great job by Ken. Stay out there, buddy. Get that lap. 54 Bill Yarbrough, our leader. 52 Rick Johnson second. 49 Derby Don third. And there's some other lap down cars. 47 Josh Elliker. Would love for that outside line to start pushing its way to the front. I don't know if Josh Cars has any damage or not, or if he just made a early pit stop. I'm not sure really what caused him to become a lap down, but he is, and he doesn't want to be. So I know he's going to be racing hard on this outside line. He's got a great guy behind him in the 18 of Robert Bokum to push him. He's trying to get some assistance there. Looks like the 06 of Bill Farmer now also on the outside lane. And 68 of Chet Barkin now also on the outside. Check Chet there, see if he's one of the cars a lap down. Chet's in 6th. Chet doing a great run here. So Chet's one of the lead lap cars. There's lots of cars out there, so I'm going to have to keep checking that run in order to see who's doing what. But in the meantime, Josh Elliker, it seems like he's making slight headway there with that outside line. Robert Boken, Bill Farmer, Chet Barkin, and 6 of Mark DeSenza pushing that outside line. Inside line led by Ken Hansen. Last car in the lead lap, 54 Bill Yarbrough. Right behind him is your race leader. 52 Rick Johnson is your second place car. Lead lap cars, Josh Elliker 1 lap down, trying to get ahead of the 54 Bill Yarbrough. And then he would join Ken Hansen basically on the tail end, we'll say, of the lead lap. White knuckle racing when you're in Ken's position. I've been there. You really are focused. You probably sometimes do your best driving. He knows he's in front of the leaders. He knows he doesn't want to, do anything foolish. But at the same time, Ken's really come on strong in this Aero Series. He's had some great finishes. He's proven to be a very clean racer, knowledgeable racer. So he knows exactly what position he's in. He knows that as long as he can lead this inside line the way he is, I don't think there's any issues. But we can see the outside line is developing nicely. You can see the 98 of Sam Young now joining the fray. And right behind Sam was our pole sitter, the 060 Dean Gautreau. He's still in fine position in 12th place. Mike Sanders right there with him. Ken Ron has slipped back to 14th. Sean Johnson 15th. But the teammates are together. And then we got in 16th, Dino Francisconi. 17th, Mark Fravor with the incident. It's probably some damage. So we'll see if Mark can hold on. He appears to be valiantly hanging in there. But now we can see that outside line has been successful. Robert Bokum now is your leader. He hasn't officially led the lap yet. And now he's back even with Bill Yarbrough. We can see now the 47 of Josh Elliker leading the outside line is now officially, I guess you could say, ahead of the leader of the race. So both the 9 and 47 are technically back on the lead lap. They are on the lead lap. They're about 54 seconds behind, of course, because the leaders are right behind them in the 54 and 18, who have been swapping now that lead position. But that outside line working very well, and if they can get a couple more participants, I think they would be the faster line. But we can see Robert Bokum, Bill Farmer, Mark DeSenza, and Dean Gautreau working that outside line very well. Dean does like that outside line, and he says when you get the right set of guys driving the right spots, you can make hay. And it appears for the moment they have been making hay, as Josh has gone ahead of the race leaders. So the outside line is working. Right behind Dean there, we see the 53 T.G. Reese, 68 Chet Barkin, Sam Young, Mike Sanders, Jim Scharf there, last car in that outside line. He kind of looks like he's fluctuating between in and out, in and out. Pick a line, Jim. Come on, help that outside line. Not that I'm biased or anything. Yeah, and also want to give a mention to a former FSBer that is now back, and I believe this is his inaugural kickoff to his second stint at FSB, Sean. And he's driving a 12 car there, and he's right now a lap down, but he's in this lead draft. So anything can happen as we get to about 28 laps remaining. Guys should be in a pit window, I'd say, again, 18 laps or so. So if 18 remaining, which would be lap 58, that would be a place where I think you could pit and make it to the end. So we'll see if guys go right on the edge there, or if they just drive the car until they have to pit. Yeah, we can see this is quite a large pack of cars. There are some lap down cars mixed in. But there we see Dave Jandry, who's lost the draft, the main draft, with the 72 of Mike Pruitt, 74 Tom Scherer, who was got a little loose and kind of had those other guys. I don't know if that distracted anyone or if Mark thought that there was a wreck about to happen and took evasive action. But that Tom bobbled just slightly, and then Mark shot to the inside, in fact, under the yellow line. And then as he came up from the yellow line, there was contact with Bill Martino and collected the 63 car as well. So that was our only caution of the night so far. But Dave Jandry has his work cut out for him now, as he has lost this the draft of the main pack. 16 of Dan Francisconi is the last car of this lead pack, and you can see Dan is in 19th place, but you can see there's about a 6 a little over a 6 second gap between him and Dave Jandry. And unfortunately for Dave, you can see there's only a pack of 4 cars here, and there we see the 48 of Greg Combs trying to keep up with this group of 3. It looks like maybe he's I don't know if he's sustained any damage or anything's going on with him. But there we see Bill's cars kind of bashed in. There we see 63 Monty Lindbergh car bashed in, and back to the leaders. 47 of Josh Elliker is now still officially on the lead lap, but unfortunately Robert Bokum has gotten ahead of Ken Hansen. So now Robert is the new leader. Ken Hansen is now back to 1 lap down, just right behind Robert Bokum, the leader. The outside line, which benefited both Josh Elliker and Robert Bokum, has, for the moment, been abandoned by those two. They enjoy leading this inside line now for this lap, and that leaves 2 less cars on the outside, so that hurts the outside's cause. And you can see that they are slightly dropping back here. as we hit lap 56, so 20 laps remaining. Still a little too early to pit. If you pit here, I would say you will not make it. So no reason to do it. And there we see pit lane, no takers, of course. And we can see some cars cars involved in that incident there, right ahead of this lead pack here. So there will be some more overtaking as this fast draft gobbles up these wounded cars. As you see, both of them head high, pack heads low. Now the outside line might be able to get a little whiff from these guys for a second, but it can tighten things up on that outside line with slower cars. And there we see a little touch by Dean. Everything okay though, but that can happen as you try to make it 3 wide, and another little touch with Jim Scharf, as Dean looked like he was trying to get to that middle groove from this very high line, and Jim was moving up from the inside line to that. And a little touch again, but no harm, no foul. But Dean has lost some track position there as we see a wreck. The 53 of T.G. Reese and the 191 of Mike Sanders wrecking in front of the field there, folks. And we can just, as we caught it, just a hook. Just a slight hook there. And I think both cars probably are toast. And the other thing now is we hit right on the edge of the window, so these guys couldn't ask for it, really. I mean, not that you want to see guys have wrecked cars. Of course, I don't want to see that, but right on the edge of the pit window, so perfect. Everyone's going to be able to come in, top off, and a few mileage will not decide this race. As we get toward the front here. We can see that the guys did get their laps back, so that's nice to see. Here we see the leaders: Robert Bokum, Bill Farmer, 54 of Bill Yarbrough, 52 of Rick Johnson, 98 of Sam Young. Your top 5, everyone coming down. There we see Robert Bokum leading the field. A lot of cars. This is probably the most cars we'll ever see on pit lane, folks. So it's just a huge field, and all these guys. Different strategies might play out here. I'm trying to get such a view here that we can see as many cars as possible. We see some getting tires, some getting 4 tires. Look like Dave Jandry getting 4 tires. Everyone looks like appears to be getting 4 tires. Robert Bokum there looked like fuel, maybe 2 tires. He leads everyone out, and there's some contact on pit lane. Bill Farmer facing backwards. This can be dangerous. A little contact as guys cannot really avoid him. Hopefully not any damage, but Bill just lost a ton of track position. And as they sort themselves out here under the caution with just 16 laps to go, we'll probably go racing with about 14 to go. So these some of the lap down cars will be pitting, and that should leave Robert Bokum as your leader. Double check that, of course. Showing right now 53 TG Reese, your leader. But we'll sort this out. There we see 53 TG Reese in the pits, along with 191 Mike Sanders, and that will, as I said, give the lead over to the 6 of Mark DeSenza. Now, don't know if Mark has pitted, though. So, interesting. I think Mark's going to have to pit. Not too sure. I just tried to look back on his laps there, and I didn't show him in pit lane. So, we'll have to see how this works out. Or I am known to not know what I'm doing here either, so that could be part of it too. But lights are still on the pace car, so we still have a little time here. So we'll bring up the running order, showing Mark DeSenza as your leader, Robert Boken second, 98 of Sam Young now up to third, Rick Johnson fourth, Bill Yarbrough fifth, Derby Don sixth, 06 of Bill Farmer seventh. Bill got turned around there on pit lane, so that cost him some positions. 303 Ken Ron eighth, 23 Jim Sharp ninth, and the 5 of Sean Johnson showing in 10th place right now. Let's see if the lights go out on the pace car here. I think they will. Yes. Okay, so lap 62 right now of 76, so 14 laps remaining. We will be going green at lap 63, so this will be easily make it on fuel, no issues at all. So this will be no lifting, no clutching, no fuel conservation, no tire conservation. This is 13 lap shootout basically, and fastest group that hooks up the quickest and cleanest is going to win this race. Team Bokum thinks that that's what they do best. So we'll see. We'll see who comes out the winner here. Mark DeSenza is going to lead us down. There's still some lap down cars. Of course, those cars are damaged. They won't play a factor here. The other guys like Josh Elliker and Ken Hansen didn't have any damage. They just got lapped down just through losing the draft and falling behind through the green flag stops. So they still have clean cars, so that's why they were able to race their way, stay up in touch with the leaders, and when that caution came out, they were able to get that back. Great job by those guys. So let's see where they end up. Ken is in 22nd place. on the lead lap. So Josh Elliker right ahead of him, 21st place. So plenty of time for these guys that are in 20th place right now to make up that time and get a top 10, top 5. Pace car is off. Mark DeCenza will lead us down to the green flag. Lap 63. So 13 laps to go. There we see the flag in your bottom corner of your screen, the flagman, and away we go. Green flag, green, green, green. And Mark DeCenza leads us off. This is our far shot here, so you can see the big long field string itself out into turn 1. Long turn, slow turn 1 as you're getting up to speed here with these restrictor plates. Slowly getting to 160, 170 miles an hour right now. Still climbing up, still slowly accelerating. Robert Bokum and Mark DeCenza doing a great job pushing. But this is a big pack, and I don't think they'll be able to run away from it by any means. See that Bill Farmer is making a run on the outside. Mark DeCenza, your leader. Robert Bokum second. Lap down car. Oh, 51 lap down car. Papa is hooking up though with Mark DeCenza and Robert Bokum and really helping them draft. As Bill Farmer, Sam Young, Rick Johnson, Bill Yarbrough, all the big boys. And a little side drafting going on there. You can see that almost like a suction there. It looks like it wants to bring those two cars together. And when they touch doors, the outside guy usually becomes the loser. There we see Sean Johnson getting in line with his teammates. He knows Robert and Mark are in the inside line, so he's trying to help out any way he can. A few cars back there. As is Ken Ron, so he's trying to get right behind his teammate, tucked in. Team Bokum now 4 of the 5 bottom cars. So again, Robert getting his teammates in line and working together as they do so well. The outside line of Bill Farmer, Sam Young, Rick Johnson, Bill Yarbrough, Derby Don, battling valiantly from the outside, trying to pick up a position. Very painfully slow, though. You gain a little ground, you give back a little. Gain a little, give back a little. And you just hope that when you gain a little, you gain just a little more than when you give it up. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. But we can see the rest of the field strung out still in droves behind this battle at the front as we hit lap 65 of 76. So still 11 laps remaining. As we go back from just the leaders, just a little back, we see the 23 Jim Scharf, 060 Dean Gautreau, the 8 of and there we got a big wreck. Robert Bokum up in the air. Cars everywhere, spinning, wrecking, hard impact. 24 in the 8. Cars still bouncing off each other. Robert Bokum gone airborne. Bill Yarbrough involved, Dean Gautreau involved. The 9 of Ken Hansen sliding through the grass still. Cars, every carnage. Literally the big one, folks. Literally the big one. So we'll take a look back at that. Mark DeCenza has taken the caution. Wow, what a... Holy... that might have been the mother of all wrecks, folks. Let's take a look at that. We see Mark DeCenza here. Right behind Robert. Or Robert right behind Mark DeCenza, excuse me. Everything looking okay so far. Just some tight racing going on here in this lead pack. Mark DeCenza leading inside, Bill Farmer leading the outside. Sam Young, Rick Johnson, Billy Arbro. Still, everyone looking good here. You can see the there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looked to me that there was some contact there between Sam Young and Bill Farmer. We'll see if we get a little better view here. There we go. And there we see, let's just back it up a bit here, folks. Wow, what a big, huge pile up here on lap 66. As we back it up just a bit here. There we go. Now we can see Sam in line there. Sam appears to really get a run on him. And you can see that Sam just had no room. Unfortunately for Sam, he got a hard run and he elected to make the move to the inside. But you can see there, if I change cars here, that the 051 and Dan Bishop was following Robert Bokum on the inside line, and we can see that the squeeze play happened, but looking at it again, it looks like Bill comes down slightly. Sam trying to do his best to hold his line on the center line, but Bill came down slightly, and there was contact between Bill and Sam. Bill then hooked Robert Bokum, who, folks, you want to see a wild ride. Let's watch what happens to Robert Bokum here. He gets backwards, upside down, lands on a couple cars, spinning down to the inside, and keeps going. And look at the carnage on the track. Look at the carnage on the track. It's like a bomb went off there, man. As we go back live, wow, what a incredible wreck there. I can't tell you how many cars were involved, but at least a dozen or more cars were involved in that wreck. I think there'll probably be some fresh retirees as we see the 98, the 54, the 51, the 191 all have retired from the race. That leaves 21 cars on the lead lap, led by Mark DeSenza. We joined back here. Caution lights are still flashing, so we will still have at least one more lap to go. But we can see Robert Bokum still in the race, and let's find him in the running order here. 15th place, Robert Bokum, who went for a crazy ride, came down on the hood of I think almost like a car and a half, so they cushioned his blow on his way down. It appeared he never hit the wall. So a couple cars did hit him, but he didn't hit the wall. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see if Robert can do anything with this car anymore. But I'll be shocked. But just a bunch of cars involved in that wreck, folks. Huge wreck. On lap 66, we're on lap 69 now. So there's 6 plus 1, that equals 7 in my book. There's Bill Farmer, who was also a victim in that incident there. It looked like Sam made a move. It looked like he might have just got a hell of a run on Bill and had nowhere to go but there to avoid contact with Bill. And got kind of squeezed, and I don't know if Bill... I think Bill was surprised that Sam had to do that. He didn't anticipate, maybe you should say. And it looked like he moved down slightly, which caused a contact between him and Sam, and it also turned Bill's car left, right into Robert Bokum, who shot up the track, got airborne, almost did a flip in the air. It came back down on top of other cars that were wrecking, and about another 15 cars as well were also bouncing off each other and spinning out and crashing. And just a lot of carnage there on lap 66. 6 laps to go here, trying to pick up the caution lights. Caution lights are off. So we will finish hopefully under green flag conditions here. Let's work our way to the front and refresh ourselves. Mark DeCenza, your leader. Rick Johnson second. 303 Ken Ron third. Sean Johnson is in fourth. And Chet Barkin with a great run there, Chet. And the STP Richard Petty ride. Richard Petty colors there in fifth place. And there we see the 06 of Bill Farmer, 16 of Dan Franciscone. He's had a great, quiet run. Dan, great job, buddy. 44 Mark Fravor with the earlier incident. Mark's battled back to a top 10 finish. 24 of Greg Razor also having a great run here. Greg's done very well in these super speedways, and he's really got a tough setup here tonight and everything, and he's holding his own with the big boys. So great job there to a fellow rookie. And 47 of Josh Elliker, who, remember, got his lap back, is now in top 10. Josh Elliker showing that when you're good, this is what you can pull off. So never give up. As we get back to green flag, we see Rick Johnson. As we get onto the backstretch, Rick Johnson onto the outside has a run, but teammate Ken Ron's going to help Mark DeCenza. How many guys are going to go with Rick, though? Or is Rick going to get hung out to dry? Now we got 3 teammates on the outside. Maybe not the best idea for Rick, knowing the teammates were there. But now he has the 06 of Bill Farmer right up behind him. Will he get any more help is the question. 6 of Mark DeCenza, 303 Ken Ron, 5 of Sean Johnson, and now leading the race, top 3. Chet Barkin now up to 4th as Rick fades back. With no support on the outside line. Dan Franciscone gets by. Mark Favorite looking to get by. Rick valiantly battling back with Bill. Maybe getting some little more support here. Josh Elliker looking peeking to the outside there. There's the 24 of Greg Razor. Call him Bubba. And Bubba's doing what he needs to do. He's staying in line. He's tucked in. And he's trying to stay with his lead draft, which he's doing a great job of. Mark continues to lead, so Boca Motorsports 1, 2, 3. There we got a glimpse of boss Robert Bokum right there on the outside. Again, Rick really looking racy on the outside line, but just doesn't have enough support right now, Rick. You just don't have it. Maybe you will as Dog Palmer joins the outside group, and right behind Dog is Robert Bokum, but he's several car lengths behind, so not initially going to have the impact. But Josh Elliker now joins the outside group as well, and Dog has caught up to them, and Josh ducks down now to the inside. So Josh feeling racy now, feeling confident, getting that lap back, and he's looking to make a move into the top 5. Right behind Chet there in 4th position. Right now, Rick on the outside has Bill Farmer and Dog Palmer helping him out. Robert Bokum still trying to join that trio. Now Dog has abandoned the outside line for the fruits of the inside line. And it looks like it was the right move for Dog, as he is now following Josh Elliker on the inside. Now Bill and Rick are the only two on the outside. And it's not going to work, Rick. I don't think it is. 2 laps remaining. They receive the flag man as he watches 2 to go. We'll see white flag on our next time around. You can see this lead pack battling hard. The top 3 there have separated. Then we go 2 wide with Rick Johnson. 4th place Chet Barkin now single file, but then 2 wide for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. The outside line, if they could get some more support, might still have something to say here, as now Josh Elliker jumps up in front of Rick Johnson, and he wants to see if he can make this outside work, I guess. A great move there, but now he's side by side with Chad for 4th place. White flag out, white flag out. You saw the flag stand waving that white flag. 1 lap to go. Mark Senza still leads. Ken Ron now looking racy on the outside. It looks like Ken's got a great run, and there's some wrecking going on. Just 1 car spinning. It looks like Bill Farmer spinning to the inside grass. Green lights are still on as we go into turn 3. Ken Ron, now your leader. Sean Johnson on the outside. The Johnson & Johnsons Rick pushing Sean. Josh Elliker now on the inside at 2nd place. They're going to go 3 wide here as we get into the tri-oval. Remember, this is a long start-finish line. Josh Elliker on the inside, and Ken Ron takes it by about a engine block. What a great fin! What a run by Josh Elliker. Unbelievable finish, folks. Ken Ron with a wonderful win. Josh Elliker really unbelievable last to well, maybe not last to first, but remember, he was a lap down to 2nd place. Wonderful drive by Josh Elliker. The 5 at Sean Johnson 3rd, 68 at Chet Barkin. Dead heat with Sean Johnson. Race control had to go down to the 1,000th of a second to settle that battle in favor of Sean Johnson. In 3rd place, Chet Barkin 4th, Robert Bokum 5th. Another dead heat between the 52 of Rick Johnson and the 108 of John the Dog Palmer. Again, going down to the 1,000th of a second again. Rick getting the nod over Dog. Steve Webb 8th. 6 of Mark DeCenza, who was the leader, went from 1st to 9th there when that scramble occurred. And Mark brings it home with a top 10 in 9th. I'm sure disappointed, though. And 53, T.G. Reese rounds out our top 10. So T.G. Hadn't really talked much about him, but he brings it home. Den with another great run, 11th place. 44, Mark Favorite with had some contact earlier and overcame it with a quality 12th place finish in this big field. And then Greg Razor 13th, the 060 Dean Control 14th, and you can see there was the break with the car, so that we had a 13 car pack, and then separation, and then we have 14th all the way back. Fast lap goes to the 72 car of Mike Pruitt, for 48.4, so that's a really fast lap. Best fast lap in practice was just a 48.7. So you can see these guys are really moving. And there we see the official running order, final finish. 21 cars on the lead lap, just 2 cars a lap down. The rest of the cars, unfortunately, did retire. Most of them involved in that huge end of lap 66 wreck. But Robert Bocum was the one that went airborne and brings it home with the top 5. So, unbelievable finish for Robert Bocum. And a rough race for the broadcast crew here with some technical difficulties, which I apologize for. Did not catch the start of the race, but we did catch an exciting race, a huge a pile up, and just a wonderful finish. 3/100ths of a second separated Ken Ron and Josh Elliker, and the top 4 were separated by less than 1/10 of a second as they took the line. And there we see Sean Johnson and Chet Barkin, just 1/1000th of a second separating them. And as we look down, we can see less than 1/100th of a second separating Rick and John. So some real fast, tight racing there at the end. 12 cars finished just a second apart, and then that second group of the 12-second down guys, and then the rest of the lead lap guys. Some of them did have some damage. Bill Farmer was part of that lead group, but unfortunately he spun down to the inside there. There's probably some contact, I'm sure. It was tough racing. There was congestion there, guys trying to think 2 wide, 3 wide situations, and Bill did get a little bump there and went for a ride, but finished down in 19th. But a great race, and hopefully this thing will record proper, and I'll be able to post it up for everyone to see, because I know we didn't have probably many viewers tonight with the alternative YouTube live broadcast instead of our usual Twitch broadcast. So apologize for that, folks. I'm sure Twitch will be back up and running for everyone who is used to viewing on that. So great race. Congratulations to Ken Ron on a great win. Great runs by Josh Elliker, Chet Barkin. Shout outs to fellow rookies, Bubba Razor. Great top 15. Not easy in this field, man. This is pro dominated, some quality guys, and some excellent super speedway racers, and so some quality finishes by some quality drivers, and that's what I like seeing. So appreciate you guys joining us for the race, and next race will be Wednesday Pro Cup. So tune in then, and thanks for joining the broadcast. Remember, go check it out. Check out the website, fsbracing.com. Click around. If you're a driver, got a wheel, got a decent computer, you don't have to have a supercomputer by any means. Come on in, join the fun. You'll be part of a 31-car field. I mean, how many guys have driven in a 31-car field? Give me a break. Not me. Maybe once. So, that's what you got to do. It's a great place to race, great sportsmanship, great racing, as you just saw. So appreciate everyone watching. Thanks to Jim Ray for some broadcast help there. Appreciate it, boss. Always proud to do anything to help out the cause, and appreciate Jim taking some time out of his extremely busy schedule to help out there. And look forward to Wednesday night Pro Cup, fsbracing.com. Check it out.